Hey, hey. Let's see. What I'm going to work on today. Let's work on this. Flake. Ooh, that is cold. Cold, cold. Hey all, Doug North here, just doing a little flint napping tonight. Thought I'd turn on the live and let you follow along if you're in the mood. Got a piece of Georgetown chert here. See my breath in the shop, it's pretty cold. Got the heater turned on, but it hasn't warmed up in here yet. Okay, probably work with this piece now. I'll try to answer questions if I see them. First thing I've got to do is get rid of all of this crusty white stuff. It's called cortex. It's the outer weathered part of the rock. It's not good for tools. See, got rid of these two pieces here. See, getting rid of most of it. So all the cortex is gone from this side, but I've still got to get rid of all of that. Thanks for joining. Just give you a little, slowly get rid of that cortex. Got to get rid of all of that. A little bit left right there. This stuff right here. How's everyone doing? There's a nice big flake. Just to give you a little demo of what I'm doing here. So I hit here, boom, and that takes off that. Nice big flake. Some of the last of the cortex right here. It's not a huge piece, but I can probably make a arrowhead or something out of it. This is Flintknapping, just a skill that I've been trying to learn for a long time. I really enjoy it, but I find it very difficult, so I'm trying to practice a lot. So the name of the game is to break the rock in a controlled way so that you end up with a spear point or an arrowhead or a blade, something like that. Ooh, there's a nice sharp flake. It's this long, thin flake. Broke off from right there. So you can see where all the former flakes were. That's a nice, long, thin one there. These are very sharp. And these are tools in themselves. There's a nice, thick piece of leather to give you an example. I'm afraid of cutting myself. See that? That's thick leather too. Very thick. Super sharp. Okay. If you got questions, go ahead and throw them up in the chat. I'll do my best to answer. I'm sort of I call myself an advanced beginner. There are many people who are much, much better at this than I am, but I'm working on it. Working on it all the time. Kind of a small piece now. I can probably still get something like an arrowhead out of it if I'm careful. Make sure that I'm catching any comments, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think we're good. If you're just tuning in, thank you. I figure I'm out here anyway. Might as well have someone to talk to, answer some questions if they come up. Okay, it's kind of a disc here. I need to start working on making it thinner. Yes. All right. Hello. Lost the picture here. Bear with me. What has happened? I might have to sign off and come back in. I don't know if you can still... So I'm just trying to make it thinner this way as I continue to make it thinner this way. There's a nice big flake. Give you another view of that. So I hit right here, and that knocked off of this flake here. So that fits right in there. You can put it right back like it was. And that's the name of the game. Knowing where to hit to get flakes to come off where you want so you get the desired shape piece. It seems simple, but it's not. Okay. I do not see a chat window, so I don't know if I've done something wrong here or if just nobody's chatting. Yeah, I don't even see an option for it. If you're asking questions, I don't see them. I'm sorry. I would like to answer your questions. Normally the chat comes right up automatically. Huh, not sure. Okay. Work on the symmetry a bit in a minute here. Sort of a leaf-shaped thing coming into focus a little bit. So I'm working on making it more pointy this way and thinner this way. This is Georgetown chert. It's a stone a lot like flint. I wish I knew if I was doing something wrong in that I don't see a chat window. I do apologize if there is anyone asking questions out there and I'm not getting to them. Just going to poke around here a little bit. Retouch. I don't need that. Or do I? You be the judge. Retouch on, retouch off. Microphone, camera flip, highlight. I don't really see any controls. I don't see any additional controls for comments. Maybe it's something I had to do initially. Well, there's only 2 of you on right now. I wonder if I should log out and log back in. I don't want to ditch the 2 of you. I do appreciate you following, taking an interest. Getting thinner. Coming along. It needs to be thinner this way still, and I need to sort of commit to more of a shape. Okay. I think I might need to log on and log back in so that we can so that I can answer questions. I think I must have missed a setting or something, because I just don't see any opportunity to answer questions. I'm going to take this one a little bit farther, and then maybe I'll stop for just a second and do that. Let's see. This one. chilly here tonight. Okay. Getting thinner, taking on more of a pointed shape. Could be an arrow, could turn this into an arrowhead or a small knife. I'd better decide pretty soon here. Excuse me, as I said, it is cold here. My nose is running. Yeah. Switch to a slightly smaller bopper. Try and give you a decent look at that. A little bit of a problem right there. See if I can fix it by kind of prying that little flake off. Yeah, that worked. Okay. Yeah. Come along. Okay, let's braid the edge. I do thank you for joining me. I'm sorry I don't see any comments right now. I think I didn't select something initially, so I'm going to log off in a minute and see if I can fix that. Yeah. This is called Flintknapping if you are unfamiliar with it. It's one of the most ancient crafts known to humankind. This is the way tools were made for a very long time. Just using the right kind of stone and a few simple tools. Okay, come from this side a little bit. Yeah. almost dropped it. You don't want to drop these. It's very brittle. They're sharp, but brittle. They don't hold up to much dropping. I'm just going to switch over to pressure flaking for a moment here. So I'm going to use a different tool. Rather than hitting it, I'm going to push a flake off. Like so. And that just gives me a lot of control. Okay. This is normally done much later in the process, but sometimes you can introduce it if you want to make a little tweak or take care of a little problem. You can do a bit of pressure flaking and then return to the percussion, which is what I'll do now. Okay. Right there. Yeah. You might be wondering why I'm doing this to the edge. The edge gets very thin. And if it's too thin, when I hit it, it's just going to crush. I need it to be strong enough to be able to take that blow and allow the force to carry into the stone so that it breaks off a longer flake. And so it's a little counterintuitive, but you need to make it less sharp in order to make longer flakes, which ultimately will make your piece thinner this way and sharper, a better tool. So you have to make it less sharp to make it sharp, ultimately. And sometimes I hold it on my leg because it's more controlled. Sometimes I hold it freehand so that I can just barely tag, just barely catch one little edge. And that's what I'm going to do right now. There's pluses and minuses to both. Okay, some more of that. Okay. All right, the heater is doing its job. I'm actually getting too hot. This is where we are. So this is shaping up to be something, either an arrowhead, I suppose it could be a spearhead, but or it could be a knife if I were to haft it to, you know, an antler handle like so, or a wood handle, bone handle, something like that. Okay, I'm going to do a bit of pressure flaking. Excuse me here. Okay, so this tool is called an ishi stick. Ishi was a famous Native American, the last of a tribe called the Yahi in California. He was the very last one. It's rather a sad story, but he was found by some folks, and they took him to the head of the anthropology museum, who basically gave him a place to stay, and in exchange, Ishi taught everyone about his culture and way of life, and he was an outstanding flint knapper. He was really great. And one of the tools he used was something like this. And this is for pressure flaking. Normally I just use something small in my hand, but this allows me to apply more force by getting more of my body behind it. I take the tip and I place it on the edge where I want to create a flake, and then I squeeze with my arms and my legs, and it creates a flake via pressure alone. There's the little flake I pushed off, and it came out from right here. Can you see that little flake scar right there? And that flake in there is what came out. So I can repeat that process, and in a very controlled manner, further thin and shape the piece using the ishi stick. Keep saying I'm gonna reset the system so that I can get comments, but it's like I get absorbed in the project and I don't want to. But this would go better if you could ask questions, wouldn't it? Okay. Hey, there's 4 of you. I appreciate you being here. I'm gonna log out quickly and hope that when I log back in, I can see comments. So if you have comments, hopefully I'll be able to get to them if I do this properly. Bear with me. I'll be right back.